so I try and avoid them. But it's really hard to battle that what's already there.
Yeah. Okay, reputation protected. If you get known for something that you don't want to be known, they're not worth it.
I don't know. I can say one thing and say the opposite straight after it. So that's hard. You just depend what day you get me on, you know.
Alright.
I might be the next minute guy again tomorrow, you know.
If we're lucky. Makai, what would you say? Is there anything that you wouldn't participate in, just even though you know it will bring you a lot of attention and a lot of exposure?
I had this question asked me last night actually, is if there's one kind of area I don't like to kind of post on or promote or be involved in, and it is, particularly with what I do with my page, is quick weight loss options. So, lose 10 kgs in 10 hours type of, products or powders and shakes and all those sorts of things that are advertised in your face with extreme before afters and all that sort of thing, because that's just goes against what I'm trying to achieve with my members. And the lifestyle we're trying to create with, with a consistent healthy lifestyle as opposed to an extreme weight loss option. So I'll never promote or talk about those sorts of things.
Is it tempting though? Because you post something like that, you'll have such a huge spike. Is it tempting to do something like that? Because what would...
No, it's not. It's not. And I've also had lots of companies and products come to me to pay bloody good money to just get a mention and get a promotion on the page. But if I know it doesn't, if I'm not going to use it, like the thing is, if it's not going to be in my pantry at home and I'm going to feed it to myself or my kids, I'm not going to put it on the Facebook page and proclaim to say that this is a product that you need in your pantry for your family at all. So I've turned many big deals down that were very attractive that would have helped me grow my business and do well to do other things. But it's not worth sacrificing your brand or your values and your mission. You start your page and your business and your goals for anything with a really clear vision and dream of what you're trying to achieve. And that has to be the kind of the anchoring factor when I am faced with tough decisions or challenges that doesn't align with my goal, with what I'm trying to do, with motivate me and with my members and all that sort of thing. Sometimes you might sway, you will sway a little bit and get caught up with a few things. And they're always good learning opportunities, but also, and they are good sometimes to create a little bit of drama on the page. So I've had a few of those. And as hard as the trolls and the people that don't like what you're doing try to bring it down, quite often that brings so much more positive attention to, well not positive, but attention to your page, and quite often I'll see my likes going up. I might lose like 50 likes in the period that shit's going down, but I also gain a whole lot of traction as well. So it is interesting.
As long as you're staying true to who you are, it will turn out all right eventually. Alex, do you have anything to add to that?
I think it's very important to stay true to your brand on social media, because especially on Facebook, we know now what 1.5% of your fans are actually seeing that content. We also know with the algorithm, if you're starting to post stuff that you don't normally post, that's not unique content to you, that I'd be surprised if actually that got seen very much, because Facebook are monitoring what you're posting. And if you're very successful in doing one thing, if you start going off brand, they will start to see that as a sales push. So then that starts to just fall back, and then your next post, which could be something that's really valuable to your page and could be very valuable to your viewers, doesn't get seen because Facebook doesn't post it out there. So it's just
being
wary of
the
that.
value of your page
Absolutely.
overall, because you have and don't post what you don't believe in. Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks. I think I'm going to wrap up with my questions and open it to the floor. Do we have a mic? Yeah. Yeah. Just. Do we have questions now?
Yeah, I've got a question. I probably don't
Just
get a
that
mic.
you don't mind waiting for a mic for the video.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for all of the speaking. Hey, Levi, just got to school here. That's everyone. My question was just regarding to the trolling and the the negative comments that you get. As someone who I don't often get that on my page, but if you encounter it and you're personally invested in it and affected by it, do you have someone that you turn to and say what's a good objective response, or do you have a strategy in place, or do you just say this is my personal opinion and I'll be polite and go for it?
I'll answer first. I've had some recently actually with a visit I did to a nutritionist, and I had a whole lot of doctors and scientists who were obviously really, really experienced in their fields jump on and really kind of pull what I had posted out to shreds. I do have those things, not often, but there is probably one blow up every, 8 weeks or so on average. And I respond to as much as I possibly can, as much as my knowledge and my ability will allow me to. And I'm always from the heart. I'm always, because I post from the heart. I always believe what I post in. And when I'm posting, I will rip my post to shreds before I put it on to see if I've covered every hole and I become my own hater. And I hate the hell out of my post to prepare myself for what are those people that are just sitting out there waiting, because there are, I don't know why, but there are people sitting out there waiting to pull it to pieces. So I do that first, and I try and cover as much of those things in the post as possible to combat it, and then I prepare myself for what's potentially going to come. And I will always respond. I don't ignore any kind of negative comment. The only time I will delete or block is if anyone swears at me and calls me, really horrible names, and I will just not even respond. I'll delete and block them. I might just respond really horribly back and then quickly delete and block. Just to get a little jab in there. Yeah. But I think it's good to, when you are confronted with that sort of stuff, I think it's good to maintain the conversation, discuss it, you have to have your voice. You can't hide away and think, oh shit, what am I going to do? And I think even getting advice because I can see on other people's pages when they get advice to deal with tricky stuff. And it's like, okay, God, you've gone and put your post up, you haven't really thought about what's going to come back at you, and now you're not prepared, and some PR agent or someone who's looking after you, possibly, has prepared a response. And it really is just like, oh, what, really? Where's your, how invested are you in what you've just said, and can you not share that yourself? So I think it's important to engage and to get to the point of really good discussion and defend yourself. Obviously not good to argue, there's always got to be a time to pull out and just let it die away. But it's your page and your voice is important to be heard, so hopefully that helps a little bit.
Do you want to take that, Lima, as well? How do you deal with the haters? Block, ignore, engage?
Yeah, I don't know. When people see two people arguing, what is it? If you argue with a fool from a distance, people can't tell who's who. So,
destroyed my page with that in the past.
Space where we're actually putting much opinion across, but actually sharing positive stories about people. So we're at the space now that our audience, we hope they feel so inspired, and they do. They become our fighters for us. So if anyone does post anything negative, because we're always talking in a positive space, and we're never going to talk in a negative space, that everyone's so used to that they come on and fight our fight for us. And I think that's sometimes the strongest thing is for other people to respect your brand so much that they jump in and fight for you.
Yeah,
That's
I've had
great.
that as well.
Yeah.
Like people fighting for you.
Yeah.
But I don't really get it anymore.
Yeah,
People are chilled out.
cool. So before we get to the next question, I just wanted to remind everyone that we can win this on the night, and I hope everyone's been posting photos with the hashtag #MakeMusicSocial and smcakl. So anyone posting that tonight, by the end of it in about half an hour, we're going to draw a winner after the demo of this shiny new thing. And so Make Music Social and smcakl together. Anything you post on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram goes into the draw, and we'll get one lucky one will walk away with this guy. right. So any questions? Yeah, more? Yeah.
Hey, my question is like with the shocking like weight loss sort of stuff. Like obviously Facebook has got a whole lot of restrictions with fitness and weight loss and all that sort of stuff. Do you have sort of a process before you put things up, or do you sort of just have a checklist, or how do you go about doing that before you put something up?
No, I don't actually. I don't know. I don't think I've really kind of crossed any boundaries. I don't think I've had any posts not go up or not be approved. Obviously, there'll be the odd post that won't be boosted if I want to boost a post, and they'll come up with some weak excuse that's very inconsistent on why they won't boost it. But no, not a real process. Like I don't schedule. I've probably scheduled since I've had my page in 4 years. I've probably scheduled 10 posts. Like I hardly schedule posts. And I don't have a content plan. The only things I will plan in is if I've got paid work going on, like if I'm got a promotion going on that needs to be up on a certain day. But other than that, it is really intuitive, and a lot of my page. And I think that's the strength in a lot of good pages out there. It's very driven by a personality that people know. It's very intuitive. They know it's come from that person. That content's all from that person. It's not managed. And if that's what you're after, then I think sharing a lot of passion behind everything you do is going to help get the engagement, regardless of sometimes I think you can beat the algorithms if you can really kind of get a deep and meaningful across, or have you get a good kick, you get a good start. Sometimes it's timing. If you get a good start to your post and it reaches a good kind of audience, that momentum can carry it through and kind of beat. I think really you can. I don't know. It's so weird, the algorithm world. But there is times that's you think, oh yeah, I've kind of got that at the right time because it's got a good reach. But I'm lucky, I guess, because I do also have my private. So my membership, the company structure. What are you looking at?
Being distracted.
Yeah, I reckon. My company structured so I have private member forums set up. So when people join, they become a member and they're in our private closed groups. So whenever I kind of need it, sometimes if I need a push to the page, I'll post something on the page, share it in our closed group, and then they're a really good they're a good drive to that page. If I need it for a kickstart, I'll be like, hey guys, check out this post that I've put up, and they'll be, because sometimes they won't even see my stuff. I'll drive them to it, and then that's kind of 1,500 women going there to check it out, and it kind of gives it a boost, and then kind of that flow-on effect to their friends and followers and all that sort of thing helps the momentum. So I'm lucky to have that pool to kind of drive from.
Okay, I've got 2 questions, and I've got some feedback. Literally bad feedback.
Sorry, I can see you there. Thanks. Yeah. No, after you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go on.
Hi. So my name's Cheryl. It's really great hearing from you guys tonight. There are so many different social media platforms to choose from, and I think it's really interesting. The professional, the brand versus the personal. How do you go about choosing the right platform for either your clients or yourselves? And then there are all these new platforms coming up. How do you decide whether or not you want to be on those, and if so, why?
What I would say to the athletes is that have a look at what New Zealand's doing first in terms of who's where on social media in New Zealand. So if you are on Facebook and you're operating within Facebook, I would always say for the athletes to get an athlete page, because you can do so much with that. You can join Facebook mentions. You can actually put advertising behind it. You can go live if you're verified. So there's different things that you can do if you're a page as opposed to a personal page. But then also, Facebook has predominantly by far the largest audience in New Zealand, and that's where you can reach your fans, who are your mums and your dads. You can reach a lot of the household buyers, etc. And that's where you can actually get a lot of reach if you can keep up with your engagement and actually beat that algorithm. But the other things is, if you're taking into consideration Twitter, if you're tweeting, you have to realise that Twitter is majority are in Auckland, and also that with Twitter it's majority media, opinion leaders, very talented, like athletes, everyone like that. But you're not going to be talking to your everyday New Zealanders on Twitter. So essentially everyone's just talking to themselves, and and that's what we say to the athletes. If you really want people to come along and watch you into your games, then in the moment you're going to monitor it, then Facebook is the place to be. If you want to chat with the younger generation, you've got to get onto Instagram, and you've got to really show those behind the scenes shots and show your personality. And you've got to, if you want to chat to the 13 to 17-year-olds, you've got to get onto Snapchat as well. And Snapchat is great. We're getting a really huge uptake on Snapchat at the moment. And yeah, just monitoring those channels to see how they grow, and just being aware of who is on there, who you're talking to, because it might be something that comes out, and yes, things might be happening on Twitter, and they are fantastic. It's a great way to get your stuff into the media, especially for athletes. But yeah, you're not talking all the time directly to your fans there.
Levi, are you on Snapchat at all?
No.
No? We're going to see you there at all? What's your social
No,
media?
I thought that was just for taking photos of your.
Yeah.
Everyone's like poised trying to get the photo, you know, screenshot or whatever. That was like I don't know.
That's part of my athlete briefing not to do.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Glad we covered that, yeah.
As far as social, I'm trying to move away from the whole thing, like as much as possible. I just do what I do. I put it up on Instagram. Like, to me, I could almost get rid of all of it except for Instagram, because to me that's just photos, and you can write a small caption, and I just find that it's the best.
Instagram.
Yeah, and if you're not getting the likes straight away, I don't care. Like, you just stay true to what you do, because I do art, I do skateboarding, I do some comedy, so I still do exactly what I want to do and put it up, and eventually if it gets recognised, then it will. Just like the whole Nick Minute thing blew up, you know. That was years of doing the same stuff, and you know, and like doing funny stuff and performing and being on TV and whatnot. So yeah, if you keep doing what you do, then eventually you can just post something on social media and everyone will love it because of who you are and what you do.
Great, thank you. We had a question.
We had one.
This guy there.
Was it here?
Yeah.
Hey team, how's it going? Hey, thanks. Great to have you guys along tonight. Hey, question for Alex. I've really enjoyed watching all the announcements you guys have done on Facebook Live over the past couple of days. I think you announced the rowing teams the other day and a few other things. So how are you guys going about managing content in a live setting? Like, obviously you can't go and plan the post you want to do. You can't go and plan exactly what you want people to say. It's more, I guess, ad lib. So how are you using Facebook Live, and how are you managing that whole ad lib content side of things?
Well, yeah, absolutely love Facebook Live, and it is something that we launched in our rowing announcement. The key thing about that is you need to actually have something legitimately almost news to tell with Facebook Live. If you're going to do a video, just do a video. If you're just going to do something random, you need to actually have something, a story to tell. And when we met with Facebook about a month ago now, she was telling us about best practice, and it really is about one. Yes, we kind of go through the questions with the athletes first, but it needs to be a real emotion reaction. It needs to be something that's really true. You can't over-educate them, but you have to also you need to tell them in advance who they're talking to. The more that they're aware of their audience, we had 35,000 people tuning into our announcement live. So the more that you tell them that, the more of they're aware of the things that they say, and they can still be themselves and not be over, and not be over. What's the word I'm trying to think? Over-educated and say things that sound really trained. You don't want that. You want the truth and who they are. But yeah, that would be the main thing for me. And also make sure that you do. Thanks to these guys, I had a great tripod. You need a tripod, otherwise it's really shaky, and you need to have it portrait as well. Don't have it landscape, because then it's all sideways.
Right, portrait and a tripod, and prep them. Tell them that they're talking to thousands of people, and then they're not going to be silly.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we're lucky that a lot of athletes in New Zealand, they understand now, and we've been talking to them for a long time, and we're now at that stage where they've just made the Olympic team, so they're in a really good space. Yeah.
Hi, this is a question for Micaiah. How important do you find interacting with your followers? Like, you must get so many questions and everything every day. Do you find it important to actually interact back with them, or there must be a limit? I mean, you're a mum, so.
Yeah, no, it is important though, and engagement is what creates engagement, and following and growth and all that sort of stuff. So if that's your goal, then you've got to be a part of it and keep it going. Only just today I discovered that you could put an auto reply on your private messages. So I actually just set that up to say because I do get a lot of private messages that are just really long as well, like you're scrolling for ages just to read. And I try and get back to all of them. I haven't got that green thing to say replies within minutes. I think I'm a reply within an hour or something at the moment. But I put on the auto reply and just set up and put in my email address for anyone that's looking for inquiries on business opportunities, or the website for anyone that's asking how to become a member. Even though that information's there, it's people don't seem to find it. But no. In short answer, yes, it's really important. I've got my private member groups that I've got to manage as well that I engage with, and then I've got about 4 Facebook pages for all parts of the business that I engage with as well. Yeah.
We've got time for 2 more questions. Make them count.
Okay, I think I've got one more on the left.
There's a couple here. So
a couple down there.
Hi, so going back to the live streaming side of things, is it just Facebook Live that's worth doing, or because I've played with Periscope, I've played with Blab, they allow the engagement on multiple screens, but is it only Facebook that's really kind of working?
Yeah, and I mean, we've been playing around with both, and Periscope definitely, it was there. We had our Prime Minister's dinner last year, and we did have, we had, I think, about 2,000 people tuning in, but numbers don't lie. So when it came to Facebook Live, and we went live and had 35,000 people watching in, that's when we thought, okay, this is going to be our channel for live. And then if we are on the move, or if we're restricted and have different kind of, it's not me doing it and it's not an Apple device, then we would definitely use Periscope. There's definitely a place for it. As well, because it's beneficial that it's hooked into Twitter. But yeah, at the moment, numbers don't lie in terms of how many people tune in.
So, question for one more, last one? Yeah, got over here.
This might be a quite short answer, or it might be a longer one, I don't know. Analytics, obviously Facebook's got some great analytics now. I'm figuring not all of you use them that much, but it'd be good to know who uses it, if you use it, why use it, when you use it, how you use it, or whether it's just like you just do your own thing. You kind of talked about it before, but it'd be interesting to hear.
Yes, we use a lot of analytics. We use programs. I use programs for it, but mainly I just go on and look at it myself. The key thing for me is we're trying to inspire pride and excellence in New Zealanders. So in terms of we're not selling anything apart from that. So how do you inspire people? It's them engaging with us. So for me, engagement is the key analytic that we're monitoring, all the way through to not just on Facebook, but on Twitter and on everyone engaging with us on Snapchat and on Instagram as well. So I use Sprout Social. A lot of people use a lot of different things, but mainly as well to check out the demographics. So demographics are really key for us. Who are we inspiring? Who then can we tell our sponsors that we talk to on a daily basis? These people are really, really engaging with us right now. You need to get on that boat and share some of this content, etc., etc. So they're very, very important for us.
I probably should use it a lot more. I used to be quite obsessed with it in the early days, to be honest, to see where everyone was coming from, where was that light from, and kind of seeing across the country where everyone was living. But to be honest, I'm a little bit like Levi at the moment with Facebook in particular. I feel like just deleting most of my pages most days. It's really frustrating, and so I haven't really bothered to go into analytics. I might go on once every 3 months. For the past 8 to 9 months or so with Facebook, it's just it's so hard to get your content seen. That I've got this, I've kind of just given up in some respects, and I just want to throw some stuff up. I'll throw it up, and whatever it does, And I've driven a lot of my attention to Instagram, and also Snapchat. Not for that reason. No, so I don't even make my. To be honest, I don't even make my decisions on when I'm going to schedule. I very rarely schedule, but if I agree to do something for someone, whether it's a competition or a giveaway, I just intuitively know. You instinctively know what goes on with your page and when the good times are, and it's usually within your lifestyle. I know when I've finished dinner on a and cleaned up the kitchen on a Wednesday night, I'll sit down on the couch and be around about 8:30. It's a good time to put up a post, and it just seems to work. And so you look for those sorts of things. I think we can get I don't know. You can get too obsessive with some of those analytics sometimes, and it depends on the purpose of it. But they are good for if you've got work. Like if you've got some paid work coming through your page and they need some results on your campaign, then obviously that's accessible and it can show them how successful your work was for them. Or if you're trying to create a media card and show to someone what your reach is and who your audience is and your demographic, then you can access that information there. Or Sprout Social, I really like Sprout as well, and I've used that before. But in saying that, I've given up on a little bit of that. It's like Facebook's been hard, so I kind of like, I don't like Facebook, and I've driven a lot of my attention to Instagram. Instagram's amazing, and again, Snapchat has really played a really big part in a lot of what I do as well. So yeah, Twitter is just nice to be on Twitter, so I just link everything to Twitter. I don't tweet, but you've got to kind of have a presence in some of these channels, and I think that's important. But so I'm not a big analytic fan.
Thanks for that. So we're gonna analytics. We're going to have one more question, but we're going to choose one from Facebook, and whoever question is, if we are in the audience, we'll answer that as well. So did you guys have a look? Fingers crossed, eh? Okay. Levi, do you mind choosing a winner for the best question from the floor?
Oh God.
Get it? No? Anyone? Anyone that you thought was really good?
I don't know, I like Matt's one about trolling.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Come on
It's
here.
not because I know him, we didn't like set this up.
Did you rehearse it?
Question two.
All right, let's
Split it up after.
it's a girl's top and a beanie. All right. Congratulations.
You'd look good in it too.
Congratulations. Yes?
Is Sophia Violetta here?
Sophia's here. Oh.
No.
No, next one?
No, all right.
No. Could have been here.
Is Leah Top here?
Yes? Ooh, congratulations. What's the question?
She asked, and it was a question that we did answer. When you are creating content, do you focus on one particular channel and create specifically for that medium, or do you use the same content across all your channels?
Okay, so yeah, awesome. Come on. Congratulations. $500 from Eamon.
Okay.
Thanks, congratulations. This is actually a code, so don't share that. Like, don't take. Awesome. So that's the end of our questions. I just really need to quickly go through thanking our sponsors, and then we get to a shiny new thing. Very exciting. All right. So we've got fantastic sponsors that help us to do this every month. First of all, Vodafone, amazing venue sponsor. They've been with us for a long time in logistics in this wonderful space. Like, thank you so much. Just a big round of applause there. Thank you. And we've got other regular sponsors. We've got Control Room, The Goat Farm, Recordly, Antipodes, Long Bite Vodka, Black Room Photography. If you go to our Facebook page, there'll be photos from tonight. That's from Black Room Photography. Interact New Zealand with a new gadget and a new toy every smcakl. So I don't know if you had a chance to play with Giftco. They'll be here after this as well. Envivo, bloggersclub.com, Socialites for amazing management of all their posts and getting you actually guys here, and Kamakura. Thank you so much for all the sponsors, regular sponsors, and I'd like to introduce Brian here. Oh, no one else? Yeah, no. From Logitech, he's going to present a shiny new thing, and then we're going to draw a winner from Ultimate Ears. All right.
Hi everyone, my name is Brian Simpson. I'm from Logitech. I've been with them for about 10 years now, and probably got one of the hardest jobs in Logitech, hardest and easiest jobs actually. Easiest jobs because I get to sell these really cool products. That's not too difficult once you get to experience it, but it's the hardest having to demo it because, not because I'm worried about how the product's going to perform, but when you come to your Spotify accounts and you look to, play some music, I've got two 13-year-old daughters, right, and I have to worry about, have they hijacked my account? Is there Katy Perry on there? Is there some Justin Bieber? So yeah. Well, actually, I hate to admit it, but I did actually like his last album. So don't post that, please. So, who's heard of Yui? Yeah, who's got a Yui Boom? A couple of people. So hopefully, we'll inspire you guys on this really, really cool product, and someone's going to take one away today. So we'll go through some of the, I suppose before we demo it, some of the features of the product. So cool waterproof product, IPX7. What does IPX7 mean? Does anyone know? IPX7? Yeah. Hey? Depth? Yeah. So basically it means that you can put it underwater for 30 minutes, a meter underwater. So believe it or not, every morning I jump into the shower, have my shower, and I've got my Yui Boom in the shower with me, and that's my music going, right? So that's how I actually found out that there was Katy Perry that was loaded on my Spotify account. So I'm like, I'm doing this demo tonight, so I have to go and delete Katy Perry. Otherwise I will be judged and posted. So very cool product, waterproof. There are quite a few products out there that are waterproof. Our product's all about making music social. So that's why I suppose we're involved here. We've been dealing with Interlike now for about a year, and it's all about people getting out there, experiencing the product, sharing it with their mates, and people sharing music. So we'll give you a demo of what it sounds like. And pass it around. So it's got a radius of 30 meters. So the product can be 30 meters away from your phone. It does have a big brother. What is this, like musical chairs? When it stops, you keep it. Did you turn it off? So you can actually connect second devices as well. So if you wanted, you could actually pair a second product to it. The cool thing about this product. Oh, there we go. The second one's now paired up. Okay. I'm going to pause it so I can finish quickly. But so the really cool thing about this product is you're able to do over-the-air updates. Does anyone know what that means? You know how like you update your operating system on your phone? You can do that with the product, right? So when we first launched this product 2 years ago, you weren't able to pair it to a second device. But what we've done is we've built smarts inside the product that you can do over-the-air updates, and it becomes smarter and smarter. So for example, you can tap the top to play, tap the top to fast forward, double tap it once to pause, and then tap once to play. So it's gesture control, right? So we've got all these cool features that are built into the product, and as time goes by, we do over-the-air updates from your phone to the device, and it brings out new features. So one of the coolest new features that's going to be coming out later in the year, I'm told it's August now, but it keeps on moving, being in R&D. It was actually supposed to be last year in June, but don't post that either. So very, very cool feature that's going to be coming with that is if those people, hands up, who's got one? Right, so all of you guys could come over to my party, free barbecue, because you do have one. And in August, you do an over-the-air update to the product, and there's a feature called Party Up, and you're going to be able to join as many products as you want together. So we don't know what the technical limit is, but the most that we've actually demoed is 50, all joined up together. So, yeah, it's a very, very cool product. Make sure if you've got any questions, want to have a play with it later, just come let me know. Okay.
And the winner is Vaughan. For the discus stew guy. Discus stew? Yeah. All right, come on down. Congratulations. All right, thank you so much. All right, thank you guys. That's it for the formalities. We still got the open bar. So kick around and we all go. Yeah, thank you. And you guys are staying around to answer any questions and mingle. Yeah? Awesome. Thank you. Cool. Thanks for coming. And hold on a second. Hold on. It's almost forgot. All right. Save the date. Wednesday, 20th of April. Binge watching about Netflix. So we all had a good time, right? We all enjoyed it. Yeah, let's do it again in a month's time on 20th of April. So come to our Facebook page, register now, and I'll see you in a month's time. All right, thanks.
If you could please. If you could please take your bottles out to the recycling bins when you get up as well. They're just opposite the bar. I think there's still some pizza there as well if you're hungry still.
Yep, mingling continues.
Do you find they lose charge really fast? Yeah, so I found like if I charge them and then if I don't use it straight away, like, it runs down real fast. Like I don't know. I've had really bad. So I've got one of the old ones. And I always end up using that because it's like ultra charge. Yeah, so I've got two of them, like two of the big ones. I got two of those big ones, and yeah, they're awesome though. I just keep going to charge them before I go on a skate mission, and then like if I don't, it's not like yeah.
Before you get swamped with everyone else, just wanted to say I love what you're doing.
Cool, thank you.
I need to find out more about your skateboarding things, and really love it.